We're Silverfish, and we're an alternative rock band from Los Angeles. I'm Gaia, and I sing.
I'm Luca, I play drums.
I'm Declan, I play bass.
And I'm Grayson, I play guitar.
When you hear Silverfish for the first time, you should expect to hear energetic, powerful, loud, and new raw sound.
I like that.
Also, I think really fun because we just have fun with it.
Yeah.
So, since we can all play different instruments, a lot of the times it's just we have background knowledge of the songs, and say like Luca knows this song on drums, so I'll be like, okay, if you already know it on drums, I can play it on bass, and then that's mostly what we do.
When we first started playing, I remember, I know for me, I just started playing guitar because it was fun and I wanted to play with my friends. And then eventually I realized it was like my favorite thing to do. And then we started playing together, and I remember our first show, and we were not that great, but it was really fun though. And it like inspired us to keep playing.
I started off playing bass when I was in 4th grade, and I haven't played bass in a really long time, but I remember starting because I thought it was fun and I thought it was really cool to play bass. And I think that kind of just like kept me going, like how like fun it was, and I've always really liked music, so I think it's cool to like have friends who do it with you. So yeah.
Yeah, since I was a little kid, apparently I always used to tap on stuff and just make noise. So it's just been natural for me to pick up the drums and just play. And I love doing it with a band because I love like making sound and other people liking what we play, and just connecting with other people. It's just really fun. I love it.
We all grew up together. Basically, since we're all friends, it was just like, oh, you play this, I play that, you play this. We all can just make a band, and band practice, it's really in disguise, just like friends hanging out and stuff and having fun.
Yeah. After almost every band practice, we usually like go out and have fun, even if we've only been practicing for like 20 minutes. We'll say, oh, that's enough practice. Let's go outside now. And yeah, it's really fun because it's nice. It feels like we're like a group of friends because it's really like easy to hang out with each other. There's not really like a gap in like this is the band and this is the friends. Like it's kind of really natural, and I like that. It feels a lot like we're friends because we are.
Since we've known each other for so long, it really helps us writing and practicing because we're not afraid to say what we want, because I know it won't really affect our friendship if we're just being honest, and I care about all of them, so I know we're gonna stay friends, and it'll just help us out in the long run.
I think the hardest part of being in a band with close friends is that we can kind of be a little harsh with each other because, we've known each other for so long, and maybe we'll, accidentally be mean sometimes, and it just, and we won't know it. And I think it's also hard to get like good practice time in because we'll start like messing around because maybe we'll get bored from like practicing for so long, or we'll just be like, I want to go do something, and we'll all be like, okay, then let's go do something, because it's so like natural to want to go out with your friends.
Yeah.
Especially since we're a brother and sister, I always like am mean to her at band practice just because it's like
Yeah, like when we have these shows coming up, we have these like 3-hour band practices, and then like to try and run all our songs, and then we get through a lot of it, but then we start to kind of joke around, and then it all falls apart, and then we just end up doing something else, and it's hard to get back on track.
I feel like the labels we choose for the band are different for each one of us, because we all like different types of music. I, for one, have always really liked punk music, so I would say that that's what I'd want to be and that's what I'd want to do. And I know that the other members also really like shoegaze and like emo. So I feel like that like comes together and creates kind of like something uniquely us and something that kind of represents us without having to be labeled by some like other bands and what they sound like. So I think that's pretty cool. When we're writing, I think genre does play a role if we're trying to like think of inspirations for what we want it to sound like, but we kind of, for the most part, trust ourselves and trust that our judgment's the best. So we'll kind of just let whatever happens happen and see where it takes us. My biggest influences, I've got to say, are the obvious ones like Kathleen Hanna and Polystyrene and Joan Jett. I feel like they kind of helped me realize that like being like loud and confident, especially as a minority in music, is like really what people need, and it's kind of like helped me come into myself and my personality, and I also feel like people like David Bowie, who've pushed the boundaries of kind of what it means to be like queer in the like and really famous, kind of like he inspires me a lot because he was like one of the first to do what he does, so I think that's pretty awesome.
I think some of my biggest influences are like My Chemical Romance and Title Fight, because they both play a heavier kind of music, but they still have a kind of melody, and they have aspect. It's not just like one genre. They have aspects from everything, and I think that's really cool, and it like inspires me to like write better songs, and yeah.
I think also Gerard Way is an influence and an inspiration, because I think he takes that like aspect of being yourself and being like uniquely yourself, and also just like he's really inspiring for people, like everyone, people who've struggled with their mental health and people who've struggled with their identity, and I think that's really inspiring to like see someone like that and who has struggled so much like succeed and have their I made it moments, and I think that's really like inspiring for me.
Okay, so I think surprisingly Linkin Park and Nirvana influenced me, because I wouldn't have like played an instrument without them. I was just listening to Linkin Park like in the car, and my dad always had it on, and I was like, well, I mean, this sounds awesome. And then he was just showing me a bunch of live concerts and stuff, and I was like, wow, like I want to be like that. So I think Linkin Park is definitely my number one influence.
I don't really know, to be honest with you. I kind of just, there's so many different influences, I can't really name any of them because it's not something that I think about, and it's just, there's so many.
You're your own biggest influence.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're your biggest inspiration.
Yeah, and I always see really good drummers and really good musicians on the internet. That's just an inspiration. I don't know any of their names. It's just, they're really good. I want to be like that.
I think all of our different influences show up in a lot of different ways, because like Gaia sings the songs in a way that's similar to her influences, and I think the way I play guitar reflects a lot of my favorite guitarists and my favorite bands, and then I think it's kind of the same for everyone else. Everyone's playing is influenced by their favorite musicians.
Yeah.
And I think it makes a really cool combination.
Yeah. When I see some cool beat or some cool fill, I want to, oh yeah, I'm gonna try that in a song. And that's kind of how I write parts, because I learn stuff and I'll try that in a song. Yeah.
I think our songwriting process usually starts with like a hook. Like it's sometimes a bass line or a drum beat or vocal thing, or I come in with like a guitar riff. But I think we start with something and then we just kind of mess around with it until we find other parts for a song. And then once we have kind of a completed song with a melody, then Gaia goes in and writes lyrics. And then we have a song.
Sometimes I'll write lyrics beforehand, but those usually don't come with a melody behind them, and they're just kind of like little earworms that I have, and I'm like, that would be really good in a song, so I'll put it in the song. I think a Silverfish writing session will usually be if we all get together and we don't have any shows specifically to practice in for the near future. Well, you know, kind of maybe one of us will have something that they want to share, so we'll let them share and we'll write around that and be like, I think that sound cool with this and this guitar riff. And yeah, it's kind of just we build on one specific thing.
One more thing to add on to that is that it's like our most recent thing that we wrote and messed around with. So I was just like, I don't play guitar. I was just messing around with like notes. I did not think it would like become anything. And then Grayson was just like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. We should expand on that. And it turned out to be really cool, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think deciding which ideas we should turn into a song is kind of something that we struggle with, because we have a lot of ideas and then like we'll spend a full day turning them into, or full practice turning them into a song, and then we'll come up with a new idea and we'll start expanding on that. So I think like at some point we just have to go back through and we're like, was that an idea that's worth expanding on more? And then if it is, then we can like put some lyrics on it and then start playing it at shows.
Yeah, I think every idea is worth expanding on, because who knows, it could become a really cool song. If the riff itself isn't great, like, no offense, but like if the riff itself isn't great, we could keep expanding on it and it could become really cool and we could change the riff up, but like the base idea is worth expanding on, I think.
Telling people that their idea, you know, should be changed or like something should be changed about it is also something we have trouble with, you know, because it's like hard to take something that you like, if you put so much work into something only for someone to say, I don't like that, we should change it. It's hard to take it not personally, especially when you're so like tight-knit with your friends and they're like, you're like, oh, I thought you were friends with me, and you'll take it personally. But I feel like we've gotten better at that. Instead of like offering like let's not do that, we offer like constructive criticism to be, let's change that to something else. I have an idea and I think it might sound good. Going from practicing to studio recording was it was really cool. I thought it was awesome. We had an awesome studio. Our producer was great. And I think it was pretty different, but I think the fact that we recorded it live made it nice to like ease into that. For one, I was in my own room doing vocals, so I felt a little bit disconnected, but I could hear them through my headphones. I think we like eased that transition by doing it, like recording it all together, recording it live. But yeah, it was cool and it was pretty different. It was something new. All the lyrics I write have personal meaning to me, usually. I can think of like only one song that I don't feel as connected to as most of the songs. Most of the songs I feel like really like deeply connected to them, and they're about like maybe something like very personal to me. So I think that I kind of like put my soul, a little bit of it, into like almost all the lyrics that I write, because I think that's kind of just the best way for me specifically to have good lyrics and have kind of like poetic lyrics.
Or when we first got attention online, we all felt like super shocked. Waking up, checking the TikTok account and seeing, oh wow, this video has like 20 million views, or and then this video has 5 million, this video has 2 million. Like, it was just it was super exciting to see that we're finally getting the recognition that we all kind of hoped for.
I don't think we feel pressured to make content, but definitely I think that if we haven't posted something for a while, it can be like, oh, we have to post something to maybe like let them know that we're still there, or like, because if a lot of our following's online and we're not really active online, it's kind of hard for them to, know like what we're doing, and if we've just disappeared off the face of the earth, or like why we're not posting. Our favorite performance so far has definitely been Mocha Teen Night. It was super cool to play at an art museum in front of a crowd of like people our age who like the same type of music as us, and they gave us so much energy, and it was kind of just like a mirror. Like, the more energy we gave them, the more they gave us, which got us fired up, and it was super cool, and they really liked us. I feel like it sort of, got us a great sense of community and a great sense of belonging.
Yeah.
I felt like it was super intimate because the stage was really small and low, and they were really close. At a lot of our shows, the stage is super far away from the crowd, and I can't really connect with them. But at Mocha, I just looked up, they were probably 5 feet in front of me, and it was super cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, for them it was probably way cooler because
They
I'm
were
like
like
back.
At
Yeah.
my feet. It was awesome.
Yeah, they were right there, like I don't know, it was just awesome. It was,
I feel like the crowd that was there was really like into what we were playing, and it was a bunch of different types of people all coming together, and I thought that was really cool. Some people were like filming on like really old cameras, and I thought that was awesome because they love art and they love music, and I thought that was awesome to see people like us. The scene, we've definitely noticed that we're seeing bands that we know like more often, and we'll I'll see a show and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to this show, and then I'll realize, wait, I know that band, I've played with that band before. And I think it's super awesome to have like a bunch of young people and music, and we're all connecting, and we're like all friends sort of, and we all know each other, because I think building connections is like really great and kind of like the most useful thing that you could do if you're young and like into music.
After seeing Silverfish, we want people to remember us and our music, and we want to make the connection so people will come back. And I think if someone comes back, we made that connection. I like that feeling of seeing a familiar face in the crowd, because it shows that they liked us. So
I want people to remember our uniqueness and kind of like our energy, because it's really great, like he said, to have someone come back. And I feel like if people see someone in a band that's different than what they usually see, or have like, we're really energetic, I think they're more likely to come back. So adding on to what you said,
The way we balance band, life, school, and friends is just texting on a group chat and working things out between our timing.
I think that sometimes we can feel pressured because our artistry and our vibe is always changing, especially like in these years. They're very formative and things change a lot. We're kind of like finding ourselves. So I can feel pressured a little bit, because like they like me now, maybe they're not gonna like me when I do this, what I actually like want to go towards, or maybe I feel like they like this side of me, will they like this, you know, like version of what we want to do in the future. So I think sometimes that can be a little stressful, but you know, it's kind of best to just trust yourself and trust that, you know, you'll find what you need eventually. I feel like it can feel pressuring when you're growing as a musician and as an artist, because we're in these like very formative years and we're kind of growing into our personality and we're kind of changing up our artistry, kind of figuring out what feels right. So it can feel pressuring, especially when you're trying to, you know, go in a different direction. You're like, well, these people who like me how we are right now, will they still like us when we're changing what we want to change into? And I feel like you just gotta trust yourself and trust that you'll find what you need, and you'll sort of like get what you want eventually, and that it just takes time.
Some advice I would give to young people who want to start a band is learn an instrument that like interests you. Like you won't have fun if you don't, like if I was playing like the tuba or something, like that's cool, but it's not my thing though. And I think you should play music with people you enjoy being around, because it's just way more fun, and if you enjoy doing something, you're gonna do it more. So that'll lead you to make some progress.
I think AI in music and art, especially anything artistic, is really counterintuitive, because the thing that makes art is, you know, the personality and like the soul behind it and the meaning. So when you take AI, artificial intelligence, it's just a robot churning out things based on a prompt. There's no personality and there's no like humanity behind it, because think of like your favorite art piece. There's like a reason you like it, and there's a reason why it speaks to you, and art has meaning. But you know, AI doesn't think like that. It just puts something out that it's told to do. It just does what it's told. It doesn't have any input. It doesn't have any personality or humanity or soul or anything like that.
I think AI affects it in a bad way, and I don't like how it's being used. I think it was created to help us in ways that it's not. Now it's being used in ways that I don't think it should be. And I think it's, if you need a quick answer for something, it's still, I mean, you could just search it up on a website, but if they're using it to make art and music, that's not something that should be used as, because it just takes away from the message.
Yeah, I agree. I think, like, I'm kind of scared, because I think a lot of people, like, a lot of people do share our view on this, and like, a lot of people don't support AI music, but there's a lot of people who do, and I think, like, AI could already steal like a lot of people's jobs, and it can do them like better than a lot of like people can, because it's perfect. But I think like creating things is like something that only people should be able to do, and then if AI can do that, then like what's the point of enjoying art if like it wasn't made by a person?
I agree with Luca on that. AI has just been blown way out of proportion, because like he said, it was meant for smaller things, or it's supposed to just help you. You know, you can do like, you can just ask it a simple question, for example, about like baking or something, but now it's being used for copying art, music, and it's just it's not blown way out of proportion. It's not being used for good anymore.
I don't think we would ever use AI, especially considering now there are like not exposed but known risks to like use AI and how it could like negatively not only affect the music but also a lot of AI uses up tons of resources, which is horrible, especially with like global warming and stuff like that. And I think that the part of us writing music, it's so important because it's us and it's like it comes from us originally.
We will never use that because not only is it bad, but if you ask AI to make like a tab chart, it won't sound as good as something you can make.
Yeah.
It can't replicate the emotion in just humans.
We're working on writing a whole bunch of new songs, and we have a few that are finished and ready, and we've been playing them at shows, and then we're just gonna keep making more music.
For what type of band we want to become, we've all got pretty different ideas, and so that's probably something we'd have to try and navigate as a band and as a group.
We've been thinking a lot about this, but I think we're getting closer to an idea of like what we want to do.
Yeah, I really just want to have a band that I can have fun with, and I think we can all agree with that, because if this is going to become a career, I really don't want to be stuck with something that I don't enjoy. And I really enjoy music, but if I'm playing stuff that I don't like, it's just ruins it all.
I think success for us would look like having a loyal fan base and having fans who like us, but also it would feel like having that artistic outlet and feeling like we are playing music that we like and we are doing things that we like, but I think also it's always been like a dream of mine to tour. So I bet like they can say the same thing, but I think that having like fans who like our music and having like one of those I made it moments would be like awesome.
Yeah,
obviously I want to have that rock star experience sometimes, but the real success would be having fans for me, I think.
Yeah, I think like if we could inspire somebody, I think that'd be awesome. If someone saw us playing and they were like, that's so cool, like I want to do that, I think that's awesome. Like if someone looked up to us and we like we gave them that feeling, like I wish that was me, that would be awesome.
For me, I feel like when I'm on stage and I look out to see a huge crowd of people, I feel like, wow, like I've made it. Like I feel this sense of, joy. And so that's when I'd feel success.
We are Silverfish, and you can find us at silverfish.la on TikTok and Instagram, and just Silverfish on all streaming services.
Woo.